So we were in Kansas, because, even though it was way out of the way, I really wanted to hit the center of the country, preferably around the 4th of July, for maximum earnestness / unacknowledged irony factor. The timing worked out. It was July 3rd, and we're approaching Gibson, a small-town America of choice. 1 bar, 1 diner, 17 churches or whatever. And we're heading west to east, so the wind was at our back. See, the wind comes up in the south in the summer, but it's more like a southwest. And I guess I was sort of a pussy move on our part. I sort of wanted to do it. Kind of wanted to do the opposite of the historical like America is, east to west. So we're doing the opposite. Well, plus, we lived out west, so it was more honest to start there. Western Kansas is like flat ass. Cliche. So you practically ride in the wind the whole time. So you pedal a little bit in the low gear, you hit 15 miles per hour, no problem. And 15 miles per hour in a car is pretty slow, but on a bike it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So it's morning, and the sun's low. Between the low sun, the flat ride, and the wind at our back, it's a perfect time to take shower pictures. That means you take pictures of yourself while you're riding. Totally a staple of a cross-country bike trip. Gotta have the shadow pictures. With our huge packs of penners, we're gonna have especially dope shadow pictures. And Micah, he thinks he's a really good photographer. He thinks he's got talent. He's doing a lot of stuff with the shutter speed and framing and what have you. And we're both taking shadow pictures. And we hear this truck coming up behind us. Well, I hear it. I assume Micah does. I think he does. See, we both hug the shoulder a little bit. And we're still taking shadow pictures. And the truck gets louder and louder and closer until it passes us. And I see it's a Tyson truck full of fucking crates, screaming chickens with their feathers flying out of the truck bed like, I don't know what kind of metaphor. And I yell up to Micah, who that I mentioned was in front of me, and I say, look at that fucking slave poetry. And he looks back at me. And he's got his left hand on his handlebar and his right hand on his bullshit professional camera. And he's laughing. And he looks back at me. And he starts to say something. But the truck bed separates from the cab, moves backward, and takes him off the road. Okay, before the ambulance came, this PR lady from Tyson came. I mean, I didn't even realize I was still holding my camera. She was like, "I'm sorry, sir, but I'm going to have to confiscate your camera." I mean, she had to yell it for me to hear of all these band of freaked out birds. I was like, my friend's stuck under 3,000 chickens. She was like, I'm sorry for your loss, sir, but this will be easier for both of us if you give me a camera now. I was like, he's buried under there. I couldn't get to him. No. Where's the fucking ambulance? And she was like, I'm only gonna ask you one more time. And I threw my camera on the ground. So what I don't have are these bitches of Wyoming. We did these stupid corny timer shots at the top of the Continental Divide in front of the altitude sign. That is shit. And there was still snow up there in June. And he caught a fish in Yellowstone with his bare hands. Just stood there really still. Reached in. I got a picture of him holding this fish like longer than his head and neck. Yeah, I also got these other pictures where we dipped out back tires in the Pacific. You know, it's another corny thing you do because when you get to the Atlantic, you're supposed to dip your front tire in, which I haven't done yet. Incidentally, I don't know why. So I got this little video of him with his back tire pretending to fall into the Pacific because he was a fucking clown. He was a gifted physical comedian, you know. He could have done that for real. And then there's just all the bitches I don't remember taking. Maybe losing those are worse than losing the ones I do. Took them 45 minutes to get him out. And the funny thing is he didn't sustain any trauma to his head or anything. But he had been face down in the mud. 100 pounds on top of him, and he'd suffocated. So the part that everyone's pissed at me about is that after I finished filling out all the paperwork and at the police station, I called his mom, called my mom. I got back on my bike and I kept riding.